Canada has a storied past.
Coastal Gateway.
Yes, sir.
There's Union Bay Industries.
Yes,
What's
sir.
the relationship between all of them and how you fit into this?
Yeah, so essentially Coastal Gateway Ports is a consortium of about 20 different owners. And we're coming in and looking at developing the port into something like you see behind me actually, where you have a connection between marina industries, homes, and commercial businesses essentially. And we want to make it something that's flowing with the community in conjunction with nature and the environment, and supported by the community as well.
So where would this go exactly?
Essentially right in the Union Bay site, Union Bay Industry site. It's 110 acres that we're looking at developing out with the support of First Nations and local communities.
So what? So specifically the site, is that where Deepwater Recovery is, or?
Yeah, so Deepwater Recovery is a previous tenant of Union Bay Industries, and so yeah, I would be at that site.
Previous. So are
Yep,
they gone,
yes,
or I know?
Yeah, from my understanding, that's the lease has been.
The leases, because obviously that's the big question here,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And full disclosure, I only knew about what's happening because concerned citizens of Bain Sound contacted me. Right?
Okay,
So,
yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah.
so you know. And today's story, it's like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's going to be. I want to give you every opportunity to explain what's happening.
Well, thank you.
And then they're obviously, probably gonna. I'm going to interview them next.
Wonderful.
So, you know, so.
Yeah, no, we're working
Yeah.
on a community consultation process. We want to connect with every community member. We're going to do some door knocking and get out and talk to them and listen to their concerns. We're also looking to connect with local businesses and really emphasize local job creation in the area. We have to really build our economy here up on the island. I've lived here for about 10 years now, and we've been really hard hit by a lot of the layoffs in the forestry sector. And shipping is a huge primary industry that can create a lot of really good paying jobs and careers for all of our community. So something we really want to emphasize. We've had great discussions with the Alberta government, with the BC government, and with the American government actually to promote the industry. We're also looking to build naval and Air Force housing on site to support our military people. They have a huge stake on Vancouver Island. About 10,000 people work for the Air Force and the Navy, and that they make about $1 billion per year in wages that are spent here on Vancouver Island, and we really want to support them if we can.
Yeah, I saw that, and it seemed disconnected, that the housing would be there, but the base is here. Obviously, it's Esquimalt, if you're talking about Navy down there. So why Union Bay? Why this location?
Yeah, Union Bay is a great opportunity to be right in the middle. And so if there's a lot of history to Union Bay. A lot of industry that started out in BC and Vancouver. There used to be a coal industry, major shipping hub at that port, exactly at that location. A lot of the copper from the Courtenay Mountains were sent down to that site through rail and exported out of that site. So there's a lot of history that a lot of people don't really know about, and I'm really trying to dive deep into our history and connect that industrial capacity from that site, but make it an opportunity for integration into the community, not kind of the separation that's currently existing.
Stay right there. You're just moving just a little bit. I want to make sure you
Yeah,
haven't
for sure.
moved out of the shot. No, that's good. As long as you keep going back to your...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So shipbuilding and ship repair. I mean,
right.
that's the crux of it then, right? So is that the plan?
Yeah, so essentially right now, the graving docks down in Victoria, we did a tour down there. We're actually working in conjunction with a company that does green certification for the port down there. They've given us a letter of support to do a green certification up here in Union Bay. And the graving docks that are down there are over capacity. They're doing ferries, they're doing brand new builds for our warships and frigates and our Coast Guard stuff. So essentially, Canada needs more capacity. And so this is a huge opportunity for us to create jobs right here at home for us and really bring up the opportunity for everyday people living here to pay for the homes, to put food on the table for their families, and to have a great education system, so training our youth and getting them good jobs that they don't have to move away to Alberta to work in the oil sands. They don't have to go somewhere else, right here on Vancouver Island, we have that opportunity.
Yeah. I guess the overriding question is, considering what's going on with deep water recovery and the controversy around there, again, I guess I circle back to why that location. I just expect the earful I'm going to get when I go down and talk to them, right? How do you expect to convince everyone, I guess, if that's the best location?
We've done some preliminary community consultation. I've door knocked the area already. Previously, I've talked to some of the local residents, and I understand their hesitation with the previous company. And so essentially, we're looking at really integrating what we're doing with those people. We want to give them opportunity to be a part of the decision-making process, what they feel is appropriate to go on the location. We're looking at doing museums to talk about the history of the place, some First Nations gathering spots, essentially some community areas for people to gather. But a market, a farmer's market where we can have local farmers come in and sell their goods on site. Really just that community connection is what I feel has been missing at that site, and we're really looking to build that out.
Yeah. So I know some of the geography down there. That whole area that's being reclaimed, that I guess the province has now.
Yes, sir.
Is that part of the?
No,
site,
the Coal
or?
Hills. The Coal Hills are
Yeah.
a separate owned area. That's not on our site.
That's not on your
No.
site. And what about the actual bay, right where the boat launch is, or along the waterfront there? Is that involved at all, or?
So we're looking at doing keeping the industrial portion. We'd like to do some barriers so that it's more respectful for the neighbors. But the other side, there's 3 sections to the site, and so the primary section that the ships are currently at is is zoned industrial. The other section beside that, we're looking at doing something like this, a marina, and maybe a hotel, if possible. We understand the challenges with sewer and power supply and that stuff for development. We've been to some of those meetings, and I think the city's looking for about $35 million to upgrade the whole sewer line all the way out there.
Right.
And so we understand, I've done development in the past for different clients throughout Canada, and so we understand there's different stages to development. And so right now we're talking about community consultation, developing the right plan first, and then proceeding forward with the steps with as far as plans and visuals and that sort of
Right.
stuff.
Anyone driving through there can see the area that had been started to develop with the roads and whatnot. Is any of that property involved, or is that totally separate owners?
So the roads for Union Bay Estates you're talking about?
Yeah.
So that's a separate ownership structure as well. We'd love to integrate that into the development further down the road. We understand that the Comox First Nations are going to be given a certain portion of land beside our property as well, and they're looking to develop out homes in the area, from my understanding. So it's going to be a community development plan that we're looking to put together in conjunction with all the different levels of government, and find a process that's reasonable and not too intrusive, but also encompassing and opportunistic for, again, local people here on Vancouver Island first, primarily.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the things I noticed is that it said it had First Nation backing.
Yes,
And
sir.
I tried to set up an interview with Comox to talk to them about it, but they said that was the first they'd heard of it. Where are you with First Nations?
So with the Comox First Nations, we've connected with them, and we'd love to follow up with them. We haven't had a chance to sit down with them yet, but we have First Nation support from the Assiniboine First Nations. Their representative from the Assiniboine First Nations is giving us a letter of support. We have also other First Nation support from up and down the inlet that we're talking to. And so everyone needs to be consulted, everyone needs to be listened to, and everyone needs an opportunity to be a part of the process. So it's definitely step by step.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's preliminary, right? I mean, this
Yes,
is
sir.
very first steps. I mean,
Yep.
I guess what stage are you at, really, in the big picture?
Yeah, essentially, we've put together funding models. We've talked to the federal government about getting development dollars in for our primary build out of the port and bringing it up to a developed graving dock status where we can have covered facilities to do the ship repair and the ship maintenance, providing opportunities. Like right now, in our press release, you can read that Canada doesn't have the ability to prevent ships that aren't up to par because there's overcapacity at the graving sites. And so this will give us an opportunity to actually make it safer for our coast and safer for our shipping industry, because we can maintenance and repair those vessels here instead of just sending them off to come back again.
Yeah, there's obviously a huge need, right?
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
that comes up even when we do the deep water recovery stories, and no one disputes the fact that dismantling, but you're not talking dismantling, right? Just so
Yeah, no.
clear about that.
Essentially, the only time a ship would be dismantled is when it's not safe to go back into the water, you know. And so there's requirements by Coast Guard for a vessel to be, when it's up and being inspected, that it's up to requirements before it's put back into the water. So the only time that something would be dismantled would be undercover with a fully environmental standard facilities, capturing and mitigating any environmental degradation that would be done at that site.
In your press release, and I don't think you've mentioned it yet, but you did state that the Coast Guard, or I guess the Coast Guard, stops so many vessels a year
Yes,
because
sir.
they're unsafe. Or
Yes,
whatever?
sir.
What is that stat again?
Yeah, so I should have this off the top of my head. I don't.
Yeah,
to
no,
be
I
honest.
don't have it on my, or probably in the
Yeah,
phone, but
but from what I understand, I think it's about 45 vessels, 50 vessels per year. It could be up to 100, and so essentially, we don't know the actual stats because they're older stats. But that being said, these ships do need to be serviced, and especially if there could be increased tanker traffic or LNG traffic. A lot of these foreign-owned vessels need to be up to Canadian standards. And so that's something that we're providing opportunity for us to create good paying jobs, a good career, and get us back into that industry. A lot of people don't know. We went to a tour of the museum, the War Museum in Ottawa, when we were out there talking to the Transport Ministry and to the committee members in transport. And so essentially we built 9,000 ships in World War II. Like that's what Canada's capacity used to be. And now we're outsourcing shipbuilding capacity to foreign nations, which is a huge amount of jobs lost, the steel and the industry that goes into that, the copper industry, all the above, the education system that could be surrounding this very important industry are being lost by outsourcing it to foreign economies. And man, I think we've learned already that during COVID and before, we can't rely on other countries to do our own essential services for us.
yeah. I apologize already for everything that's going to be left out. Because
No, it's okay.
Because
I know how it goes. Don't worry.
It's, one thing leads to another question and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning of your comments, you kind of started to, or maybe this is how you guys feel, is that it always had an industrial past.
It has,
Right?
yes.
So,
yes, sir.
The people who don't want industry anymore, I mean, you're sort of leaning back to the past to say industry's always been here?
Well, we respect the people that live in the neighborhood and the area, and so it's finding a balance, where we have a green industry that respects the environment, that respects the local people, but also has the opportunity to operate and to create good paying careers for people, and so it's finding out, it is a balance, and so we have to respect all sides of it. It's very important.
Anything I'm missing besides probably a lot of things?
I'm probably missing a lot. Hopefully we can meet up again, and we'd love to include you in the consultation process. We're looking at doing a community hall going forward as well, and a flyer campaign to kind of get out the messaging and do a questionnaire, a public survey. There's all these good things that need to be done to really listen and connect with everybody, and really build out that opportunity, provided that we have the support to do these things. That's important.
Well, I wish you well.
Thank you, sir.
I
mean, pleasure.
It's
thank you so much.
probably an uphill battle, all things considered down there.
I think
right?
anything is these days,
But,
Let's build Canada together.